Dr. Banyako contends that donations which were intended to be given to the Okyehene and the Rebecca Foundation form part of the social license in the company's corporate social investments.
It's not like we're just dashing monies to people and sitting aloof. That's my full-time job. I have to go around, monitor, and PIAC's report will tell you exactly what you are looking for. There is value for money. Another arts and culture event will be the 20 years of the Okyehene being installed in Okyehene. Peace and development is coming up in Okyehene, and we need to celebrate this. We don't need to let these people die before we celebrate the fact that they've contributed to the development of the country. And GNPC is investing in the people. If it is a culture, investing in the cultural diversity, which will bring us the peace for various national institutions, including GNPC, to be able to do the things that we have to do. I don't think we should be focusing too much on the fact that it's about the Okyehene. The auditor for GNPC is appointed by the Auditor General. GNPC's accounts and budgets and everything goes through Parliament. Every year, we have to defend the budget before it's even approved. We have just last weekend, we were with the Mines and Energy Committee, which includes both sides of the House, in Koforidua, where they scrutinize our performance for the year so far and looked at our budget going forward. When I hear people saying that they are calling on government to scrutinize, GNPC is one of the most scrutinized agencies in Ghana. The number of organizations we have to report to, Ministry of Finance, Parliament, we have to report to the previous State Enterprise Commission, which is now SIGA. We have to work with NDPC. We have so many state agencies. We have to report our marketing, how much oil money we make. When we sell the crude, it doesn't even come to GNPC accounts. It goes straight to the Petroleum Holding Fund, which is held by the Bank of Ghana. So when people talk about the government has to scrutinize and audit, these are things that are done every year. The audit report is the Auditor General, which appoints the auditor. They come and audit GNPC on an annual basis, and the report is available to Parliament.
So that's the position of GNPC on this matter to do with the monies that you're spending for Okyehene, 1.5 million, another amount of money for the GJA, also for the Rebecca Foundation. At least that's what we are being made to understand. But there are bigger questions. Yes, for UCO as well. Now, it raises bigger questions, Nana, about GNPC. Yes, you may hear Mr. Banyako mention that they have a core mandate of deepening their social license with the good people that they serve, or the community within which they serve. But how do you distinguish between keeping the social license and giving monies to agencies known to be state agencies? So, Economic and Organized Crime Office, UCO.
Their funding.
They already write out a budget, go to the government chest and ask for their bit, and they are given. So why would we appropriate that amount of money, state resource, or our oil money, and give to UCO as well?
That part doesn't really make sense. That part really doesn't make sense. But I'm not too sure about the Okyehene Foundation because I haven't really paid attention to his foundation.
1.5 million for tree planting.
Okay. Well, we need the trees. And we know how Galamsey has ravaged parts of the
But should it be GNPC paying for it?
Well, if GNPC has done enough feasibility work there and they feel that it is something worth funding, I think Mr. Banyako should probably give us a justification for it. But I believe if it is justifiable, why not? The First Lady's Foundation also is doing some very excellent work in several communities. So if they are being funded by the GNPC, I absolutely don't have a problem with that.
You see, the questions people raise about that is because this is the state's money. It's not as if it's a multinational or a private company that has the funds that it can say, okay, for our CSR, we are spending this much.
Right.
These are monies that GNPC holds in trust for us as a nation, our sovereign nation, and our oil money and our equity.
Well, that's why it's going to Parliament, right?
Yes.
So Parliament has to study the document.
But you see, there are two parts to analyze with this. You can say Parliament has a duty to scrutinize, but you who creates the budget must first satisfy every Ghanaian that what you're presenting is above board.
So you leave very little doubt in the minds of people.
And little work, in fact, for Parliament to do.
Absolutely.
Because if they don't, it means what? It goes through the door. And remember, this will not be the first time that GNPC over the years
why are they always in the news? Why are they always in the news?
Because
anytime they release
questions are always raised about how they appropriate their money. Some have argued that successive governments
Do you
have found
remember the
GNPC
Black
to be,
Stars?
Yes.
What?
They've been seen as a government agency or a state agency where it's easy to take funds from them to carry out government projects. And that's been the challenge.
Right.
It's been a challenge.
Anyway. Do we end insight here?
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah, we're trying to get a conversation on the phone, but the phone lines are
we were
us
actually able to speak to Dr. Kwame Janto, the former vice chair for PIAC, who's done a lot of work in terms of the oil sector and how we appropriate our funds.